Hello, it's me, Gage, and today I'm actually going to be giving you a prediction for an upcoming death battle, Thor versus Wonder Woman. Now, at first I just thought this was going to be a stomp for Thor, but after looking more into what Wonder Woman has done, it's not as close as I thought. So, I'm going to go over some of their best feats, and, at the end say who I think's going to be the winner in the battle. And I'll also go over different ways the other could potentially win this fight. But anyway, let's start off with Thor. First off, let's address some common misconceptions about Thor. One main one being that he can't fly without his hammer. Well, he actually can fly without his hammer, though he just needs to manipulate weather, and even in space he is able to create these winds which allow him to fly. It's just that Mjolnir gives him it makes it a lot easier for Thor to fly. And the next misconception a lot of people have about Thor is the ability to make lightning without the hammer. Yes, believe it or not, Thor is able to summon and manipulate lightning and weather even without Mjolnir. He is able to do this many times throughout comics, as the scan here on screen is showing right now. He's doing it while fighting this villain. So with those two misconceptions out of the way, let's get on to his feats. Now, one feat I always used to misconceptualize, don't know if that's even a word, but it's that he hit someone so hard that he made a black hole. Well, believe it or not, he did not create that black hole. That black hole was already there, and he just hit the opponent into it. But, yeah, so this feat isn't nearly as impressive as it would have been if he had actually created it. But sadly, no, he didn't create the black hole, it was already there. But Thor does have a lot of other impressive physical feats, such as with his fight with Gorr. The massive force of the blows that he was dealing were cracking nearby planets. Not the one he was on, mind you. Well, it was cracking that one, but it was also cracking and shattering other worlds as well. Just the force of the sheer strength of his hammer and his swings were destroying other worlds. That takes a lot of power. Now the next feat is more or less showing off, ignore that, this next feat is showing off the sheer force of Thor's lightning. Now in the scan you see here, we see the Hulk getting zapped with billions of megavolts. And he's still conscious. He was able to tank all this electricity. However, Hulk tanking all of that electricity, he was still knocked out by one lightning bolt of Thor's, meaning that Thor's lightning has even more electrical power than billions of megavolts. And that is nothing to gawk at, because that is a lot of electricity for just one lightning bolt that he can summon at will. Now let's go over Thor's speed. While fighting Gorr went across the entire galaxy to throw rocks at Thor while Thor was still destroying them. He went light years away, my bad, not galaxies. But just like that, Thor caught up with him in just a matter of a few seconds. Meaning that Thor is easily going faster than the speed of light here, and he has many other speed feats, such as being able to fight and even defeat the Silver Surfer, who can cross galaxies in minutes and seconds. Meaning that Thor is able to keep up with foes who can go way faster than the speed of light. That is pretty impressive for a guy who most people just see as a blumbering idiot with a hammer. Now let's talk about Mjolnir's speed. Now everyone knows that when Thor throws his hammer, it will come back to him. Well, Thor had the strength to throw Mjolnir all across the entire galaxy all the way to the end. And Mjolnir came back in just 60 seconds. That is going probably trillions times the speed of light just to return to Thor. Just seeing as how big the galaxy actually is. That is a long distance for just 60 seconds. So that is clearly an extremely fast distance and speed that the hammer can travel. And that also technically means Thor can go that speed, as he uses that speed with the hammer to propel himself. So should he want to, he can also possibly go this speed by using this hammer. Thor also has tons and tons of different weaponry he has gotten over the years. One such being the Necro Blade. A blade of pretty much, Well, I actually don't know what it is that much, but it's a really powerful blade that was used by the God Butcher. Yeah, a guy who was able to butcher the gods. Thor has that sword, and he was able to pierce right through Galactus with it, with little to no effort. Just showing how sharp and deadly this blade is that he can actually summon at will. So this is not just an ordinary weapon that he wields. Now then, Thor's durability is nothing to gawk at either. He has survived many planet-busting attacks without really a scratch at all. He has escaped several black holes with little to no effort, such as the time that he rescued the Red Hulk from one. Thor also has many other great durability feats, such as being able to take blows from Hulk, Zeus's lightning, Zeus's vision, Hellfire, the heat of the sun, and many other impressive feats. Needless to say, Thor is one powerful guy. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the God Blasts. The God Blasts are power that Thor uses the Odin Force and other sources of magic to call upon. These are incredibly powerful blasts, and even a hungry Galactus has stated that he thought he was going to die when he was just hit by one of these blasts. Now, Thor can summon and cause these blasts with or without Mjolnir. So, should his hammer be gone, he can still do these blasts and do them no problem. So that's just a lot of extra power that Thor has. Now then, on to Wonder Woman. Let's go over a strength feat that Black Canary says she can do. Black Canary says that Wonder Woman only using a tenth of her strength, she'd be able to knock her all the way to Pluto. And that is a long distance away. So that just is impressive. Now, I am unsure if she's just being sarcastic here or genuinely being sincere, since multiple cases have shown and even stated that Wonder Woman's strength is actually equal to that of Superman's. Some cases say she's slightly weaker, some cases says that she is the exact same. So that's just all the more impressive with her. One strength feat was when she destroyed a staff that was able to withstand blasts that would destroy universes. Yes, the staff that she is breaking was able to withstand a blast that was going to destroy a universe, and yet she was able to destroy it with her bare hands. This is a lot of power she has right here. She has also helped pull the Earth with Superman and Martian Manhunter. However, this feat is not nearly as impressive because of Superman's presence, and most ScrewAttack fans probably get the memo that he was doing all the work. Though he really wasn't, it was a three-way tie pretty much with all of them. But needless to say, she did pull her own weight, which is impressive for this. Oh, and before I forget to mention, she was strong enough to stop hits from a being who, when he hit her, it shook the entire planet, and in some parts of the world, there were 9.5 magnitude earthquakes just from this guy hitting Wonder Woman and her being able to withstand these. Another display of Wonder Woman's power and durability was when she deflected a blast of the gods, and by her own words, destruction multiplied to the infinite power. However, this feat is not nearly as impressive because she didn't block it with her body, she blocked it with her bracelets. So, not nearly as impressive as what you'd think, but it's still extremely impressive because, as what the comic says, it's destruction multiplied to the infinite power. She stopped a blast that had infinite power. This is incredibly impressive. Now let's go over Wonder Woman's speed. At birth, Wonder Woman was given the speed of Hermes and Mercury. So, whenever she runs, she can run with this insane speed. She can run at extremely high speeds for a long period of time, and multiple cases have shown her going faster than the speed of light. So, yeah, she's really fast. And her reflexes are also incredibly quick, as she was able to fight Professor Zoom, who was hitting her with infinite mass punches, which can hit with the power of a dwarf star, and she was still able to win and lasso him and defeat him. She was also able to hit the Flash while he was attacking her. And Wonder Woman herself and even Batman himself have both said that she is faster than Superman for, well, in different ways. She's not faster speed-wise, but she has faster reflexes and combat skills. Like what Batman says here, who's faster, Usain Bolt or Bruce Lee? That meaning Usain Bolt is faster with his feet, but Bruce Lee is faster with his fighting reflexes. That's what Wonder Woman is. Batman himself has even stated that Wonder Woman is the best fighter he has ever seen. She is even a better fighter than him. If you know, Batman mastered every single fighting style that there is, yet he still states that Wonder Woman is the best that there is. Now let's go over her overpowered weapon, her sword and tiara. First things first is her sword. Her sword is able to cut Kryptonians such as Doomsday, Superman, and many other super powerful beings, and it is even capable of cutting atoms. So pretty much no matter who you are, if she tries to cut you with this sword, it's probably gonna cut you, no matter who you really are. And now her tiara. Her tiara is so sharp that it was able to decapitate an actual god. This tiara has also, in several other studies, have been shown to cut Superman and even cut his throat and other super powerful beings. She normally uses this as a last resort or as a surprise weapon. So this is a very good tactic for battle. Now on to Wonder Woman's main weakness. And in the past, she had a weakness to being tied up by men. Should a man tie up her bracelets or just bind her in general, she would lose all of her power and just become as strong as a normal Earth female. She would not have any of her powers, she'd just be a normal Earth female. But since New 52 and Rebirth has happened, she has no clear stated weakness, except for that of a piercing weapon such as a sword, spear, something like that. And even then, all of those piercing weapons she has been affected by have had some magic base to them that would help pierce her. A normal Earth spear or sword would normally not puncture her or hurt her at all. Please ignore the message thing, that's just a thing because there's no real way to message someone right now. And another durability feat that she has. She was once punched back down to Earth from the sun by Superman. However, the destruction of the punch was not nearly as impressive as that of a planet-busting attack, and she was knocked out for a second from getting hit by this. So with me going over all of their more OP feats, who do I think would win? Honestly, it could go either way depending on a few factors. Now, normally right now I'm going to say I think that Thor will win. He just has stronger durability feats. Well, not durability, I mean he has better strength feats than that of Wonder Woman. Please ignore the message thing. It's getting on my nerves too. But Wonder Woman does have a few ways to win this, and that is her sword and her expert combat skills. Now, anyone knows that Wonder Woman's combat skills are much better than that of Thor's. It's not even close. So should she be able to use her speed to get close to Thor and use that sword, she should be able to kill him. Now, if she could lift the hammer, if the Thor's hammer would find her worthy, I know she lifted it in the crossover, but that's non-canon. But should the hammer find her worthy, and if she could lift it, then I do think Wonder Woman would win, because that would leave Thor in a much weakened state, allowing her to win. Now, the Odin Force is why I think Thor would win, as one blast from that should be able to beat her, but if she can deflect it and get in close, then Wonder Woman might be able to win. But right now, I'm going with Thor.